So we're officially 2 weeks into being homeless and living in a motel as a family of 7. All right, y'all, it's that time again. We're headed over to another motel for the night, and y'all coming along with us. It's just too much. We got 5 kids, yo. I consider talking to, like, online women, I consider that cheating. I was packing shit up and walking out.
If you want to go, I'm not stopping you. I wasn't stopping you 4 hours ago.
Y'all, Drew Jenkins and No W2 Drew from the Resilience Jenkins family is out of control again, and we need to talk about this family of 7 living in a 1-bedroom motel. Yes, you heard that correctly. A lot has changed since we last talked about this family. I believe we left off where they were getting evicted out of their 1-bedroom apartment, and now their new grift is living in a 1-bedroom motel.
It's move out day tomorrow, and in case you didn't catch on, we did not find a place, so we will be going to a hotel and getting a storage unit. And no, I will not be taking my mom up on her offer on me and my kids going to stay with her. That is just not gonna happen.
There is so much catching up to do with this family because they have kept us on our toes with their clout goblinism to the point where I just couldn't keep up, so I took a little break from talking about them, but today I got time, cuz. Drew Jenkins and No W2 Drew have accumulated their nicknames because, well, everyone speculates that Methany is using some sort of rugs. It's why she acts like that, looks like that, cleans like that, and is still living in a broke down motel when she's got enough TikTok money to get her kids a place to live. People have seen what looks to be a pipe in her pocket many times, and giving her rug addicting past, I think we all just put 1 and 2 together.
It appears that you can see a meth pipe or possibly some sort of pipe.
The lady who ended up cleaning up the Jenkins room said that there was a lot of needles left behind.
And Drew, well, he's a deadbeat and refuses to get a W2 job because...
I'll let you guys know why I can't get a job, or don't. It's not that I don't. It's that I don't want to. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like being somewhere I don't want to be for an extended period of time. And people be having attitudes. Customers be having attitudes, and I don't like to deal with it. So I'll just walk out. I will not show up the next day.
Yeah, that's why they're still stuck motel hopping instead of providing a place to live for his kids like a man should do. But anyway, after they got evicted, they packed up their things and crammed up their 5 children into a 1-bedroom motel room. Shortly after that, they got kicked out because people found out where they lived because they were posting about where they live.
All right, y'all, it's that time again. We're headed over to another motel for the night, and y'all coming along with us, right?
Then they moved into a different motel, and it just looks like they're hopping from one motel to another, to another, to another.
We're homeless, we're living in a motel, and every 30 days we have to take a trip to another motel and spend the night there. So we're officially 2 weeks into being homeless and living in a motel as a family of 7.
The Resilience Jenkins had to change hotels again. Keep in mind that this is the 6th time that they have moved in 2 months.
Imagine the trauma that kind of instability is causing their kids. But I digress because there's bigger fish to fry here. No pun intended, because Stephanie be frying up fish, fried chicken, all kind of weird stuff in that little motel room with all the windows and doors closed. Like,
oh my god, what is that?
Drew Jenkins, why is there a tail hanging from the ceiling? The only reason there would be a tail hanging from a ceiling is to cover up the smoke detector. So you're covering the smoke detector, I think, and then you are using a deep fryer right next to all of these outlets. Why not an air fryer? Does this woman know how fast a deep fryer with hot oil in a 1-bedroom hotel with 7 small children could turn into a literal disaster in seconds next to all these outlets? This is terrifying.
it's giving crackhead behavior, but let's keep going. Let me remind you guys, Methany and No W2 Drew have a blended family. They have 2 kids together. Methany has 2 daughters with a different baby daddy, and Drew has 1 son with a different baby mama. Well, that baby mama has surfaced back into his son's life, wants to build a relationship with her son, wants to see her son.
Desiree actually had sole custody of Deshaun until about 2020 when she decided that she was going to go to rehab. So she allowed Deshaun to stay with Drew, but the agreement was when she got out of rehab, she would get Deshaun back. And Drew, he just went off the grid, much like he did with his first baby mama, Arlita. So, like, no one could find him. And she's actively trying to take him to court right now.
They have gone through court appearances and tried to establish visitations. However, no W2 deadbeat Drew has refused to show up or cooperate with any of it, which is, I believe, the real reason for their current crash out.
I think nothing's gonna happen to him, but then he has to go to court on the 10th and tell the judge why he hasn't let me see Deshaun, or why we haven't started talking on the phone or nothing.
And now that they have more pressure from the courts and Desiree, Drew's baby mama, Methany is saying that she now wants to leave Drew because he's the reason that's holding her back. He's the reason for abandoning their cats at the apartment. He's the reason why they can't get a place for their children. He's the one holding her back in life from getting to where she wants to be. Just basically everything we've been telling her all along.
I really am starting to feel like this relationship is too much on my kids. The day in and day out of me and Drew having to fix some dumbass shit between us. Sorry for the cussing. Some dumb crap. It's just too much. We got 5 kids, yo.
Acting like she's finally getting it and went on a total rug-induced crash out on her Facebook page. At first, she started going off about how the real reason no W2 Drew is the way he is because he's on the autism spectrum, and she's like doing charity work for staying with him because she'll never leave someone with a disability. That's like so messed up. Everyone usually abandons people like that, but she'll never abandon him. And then she completely contradicts herself and says that she doesn't know if she could be with him because he doesn't believe in God, but she does, and that's like a huge deal breaker for her in a relationship, and that it's never going to work out between them if they have those two differences. And I'm just paraphrasing here because she went into way more detail, but it's nothing we haven't heard before, just a mountain of excuses and cry for attention. And I don't feel bad for her at all because she put him on a pedestal to the internet for the longest time, and now she wants to blame this so-called disability and says that he's been checked out for the longest time. Like, we know. She also claims that her toddler is on the autism spectrum, which, mind you, she hasn't gotten him diagnosed or anything. It's just what she assumes. And if that's even remotely true, then why is your toddler wandering around the sketchy motel all alone? And Google Maps, out of all people, snapped a photo of her toddler just wandering around with no one in sight watching him. But that's the least of our worries because this woman leaves those young children alone in their motel room all the time while she's just out and about. And then she forgets to cut out this voiceover part of the video where she's yelling at the kids in the background while she's filming. We can only imagine what goes down in those tiny 4 walls.
Who's doing that click shit? You got a voice, who is it?
But now it all came crashing down because it seems like Methany is finally gonna leave no W2 Drew.
So I've been like, can we just take some space and figure it out? And he's like, all or nothing. If you leave me, then we're just done. But I'm probably gonna end up just having to completely start fresh because I ain't even gonna try to be going to a storage unit. I have to do what's best for my kids. I have to do what's best for my kids.
Quite contradicting from her saying she's never gonna leave him because of his disability. Now she's saying she's gonna leave him and the only reason she stuck around for this long is because of the stepson, because she's so worried where the stepson is going to go after this and how his real mom is going to treat him, because she's the only one that's been there for him all along.
There's nobody, he's not trying to be freed from anybody, okay? He's one of the only reasons I still put up with Drew's crap. It's because I low-key wonder what kind of parenting that child's going to end up with without me in the freaking picture. Mind you, someone was absent for so long until social media was an interest in the matter. How does that show real concern, real love for the child in the first place? I was here by choice. I've done everything for the kid by choice. I've been here.
She says she also speculates that Drew has been cheating on her and he watches too much porn, which she also says she considers is cheating.
I consider talking to like online women that you like, maybe you ain't got no intentions with them, but you're just flirting and doing all that. I consider that cheating, okay? And he's already put me through that stuff. So yeah, I get anxious and I have anxiety when sometimes he be out door dashing or whatever, and it's like an hour or two since he's responded to me. I don't do well when guys watch porn. Okay, I just don't. I consider that self-cheating.
But the next part is probably the most laughable to me because yesterday they went on a live to explain whether they're going to be separated or not. And at first, she was on the live by herself trying to get advice from her audience, like how she should go about it, how she should leave him.
I don't know what like I said, I don't know what's next.
And then she goes on to have Drew join the live to explain his side.
I really feel like I would like it if you'd say a little more, because
What would you like me to get on about more? I don't.
I don't want to be put on the spot here.
I know.
I was packing shit up and packing crap out and leaving. And you said we could come up on here and like.
I know. That's why I'm here. That's what I said. I'm here, but I'm not. I'm trying to be as most vocal as possible.
She tries to get him to act like he's fighting for her or show the audience that he really does care about her and he is willing to change and put in the work and wants to stick around and do better for the family and provide for the family and all that good stuff, right? No. This man just sits there and says,
I'm just going to work on things. If you want to go, I'm not stopping you. I wasn't stopping you 4 hours ago.
he don't care about her like that. Then he finally tells us all why he can never get a W-2 job.
I'll let you guys know why I can't get a job, or don't. It's not that I don't. It's that I don't want to. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like being somewhere I don't want to be for an extended period of time. And people be having attitudes. Customers be having attitudes, and I don't like to deal with it. So I'll just walk out. I will not show up the next day.
The secondhand embarrassment I received from that live was unreal.
And that's another thing that makes me want to just pack up and go. And I don't know what you got to say about it.
About me supporting you more?
Yeah.
I told you already. Inside. With Addie.
Right, so then say it.
That I'm gonna work on being more supportive.
I don't know what that looks like, because that's something
Do you think I know what that looks like either?
Like, the look on Stephanie's face is all I needed to see. That man never cared for her. And it's clear as day, but she's such a pick-me and male-centered that she's just oblivious to it. He goes on to say, I told you if you want to leave, you can leave. If you want me to leave, I'll leave, like I told our daughter earlier. Like, sir, why are you telling your young children your relationship issues?
If not, I'll get up and fucking go. Like I said, like I asked Addie, if you want me to get up and fucking just go, I'll get up and fucking go. Excuse me.
Yeah, but you can't expect her to not answer that from a point of view, because she's a child.
Why is Drew talking to Addie? Like she's a grown-ass woman. Like, that relationship is strange. I don't understand. Like, Drew gonna tell her, like I told you, 4 hours ago, like, if you leave, if you go. Like, you wanted him to sit on that live and fight for you, and he didn't. That's so embarrassing. That dude said he don't care if you go. That is so sad, though, because Stephanie wants nothing more but for Drew to love her. The way she's sitting up there looking at him like a lost puppy, like, she just want him to tell her he loves her, like he's gonna do better, he's gonna do for the kid. Girl, none of that. He's showing you what the fuck he doing, okay, and what he's gonna do, and what he's gonna continue to do.
People were already speculating that Drew was forming some grooming relationship with Stephanie's young daughters, and now he just admits that he shares their relationship issues and talks about these things like as if it's normal. The amount of trauma these parents have already put their kids through, like, when is it ever gonna stop? She then goes on to tell her daughter that she needs to get used to getting disappointed, because basically that's just how Drew is. He just never shows up for them.
I was just asking, where are we gonna get the donuts?
I told you. When are you gonna get used to being disappointed? It's gonna have to be you or me who go get him later. He done made his choice. He's not gonna take you.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm tired of that shit too. I'm tired of him saying he's gonna do stuff for my kids, and then he just, oh, maybe then, maybe that. Disappointment.
She says her daughter helps way more with the babies than Drew ever does, and that he's completely been checked out.
So apparently the only reason Drew has kept Deshawn this long is because Stephanie's there. Yep, so on the live that they just had where they were crashing out and they're gonna be breaking up, blah, 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 Stephanie said, I don't like that you said you won't continue to fight for Deshawn. And he said, well, if you're not here, then I just don't know how I would manage it. So why do you have him? Give him back to his mom. If he's only there because Stephanie's there to take care of him, or whatever you think at this point, because it's clear, based on what Stephanie was saying, that you don't do a lot, then why can he not see his mother? Y'all are wrong. We have people literally laughing in our faces and basically rage baiting, while these children are literally victims while these children are literally being told to be okay with being disappointed and accepting less. No, absolutely not. This is crazy. Deshaun needs to be with his mother, and these children need to be with their grandmother or something.
Now, knowing all of this information is why they are the biggest clout goblins on the internet, because nothing will change. She won't leave him, and they will continue to make their kids' safety and well-being their last priority, and are only sharing these things to get more views because they need more money for rugs. It's never ending with this family. It's just another grift. They have more issues than Vogue, and I just can't fit it all in one video, so I'll definitely have to do another update. But I'm gonna leave you with this little clip of Stephanie's mom crashing out.
I am legitimately about as pissed as I can be. Blatantly f***ing pissed. That little slip up of her. My mom essayed. Ha ha ha.
I wish I would stop at that. My mom essayed was no.
And then trying to play it off. And then y'all jumping in going, oh, I knew her mom did this. I knew her mom did that. I knew her mom was capable of this. How do you know that? You've lived with me? You've walked a mile with me? You've worn my shoes for a little while? Tell me. How do you know anything? How do you know shit? How? How would you know that? I have never harmed anyone. Why would I do such a thing? Why would I be that kind of a person? How could I be? You people just crack me the fuck up. That you jump in and you believe her like that. Good Lord. You have no clue. That girl opens her mouth and all that comes out is lies, lies, lies. And don't come on here and tell me I don't have the right to defend myself when she's dragging me through the fucking mud like this. And Stephanie, you need to knock it the fuck off. One day I'm not going to be around anymore. How are you going to feel about that?
I'll see you in my next one. Peace.